Alright, what's going on, y'all? This is your boy, Willie Does Wrestling, back at it again with a brand new video. The internet's busiest wrestling nerd, and today I figure I would talk to all of you about AEW Collision. And I think this is a perfect video to make because what can we really expect from AEW Collision based on how much Rampage failed when they made their new show and what, you know, the headliners are, and essentially, you know, will AEW Collision improve the AEW product or kill it? Let's talk about it. First off, apparently Tony Khan is expecting to do a hard brand split. Kind of like what WWE is doing, where, you know, you have a specific roster for Dynamite, and then you have a specific roster for Rampage. Now, if you're a fan of dream matches, or hey, this guy can face that guy, but now they can't because now they're the champions, this could be a very fatal blow for you. However, in my opinion, I think this is a very good move because then that gives more opportunity for more people who normally aren't on Dynamite already to grow and expand and get some more TV time. I mean, I love the Dark Order, man. The Dark Order really need to really get more on TV. The fact that the Dark Order has been booked to essentially be comedy guys and jobbers just doesn't sit right with me for some reason. And maybe I'm the only one that feels that, but if I am, then so be it. Next is the headliners. Apparently, the headliners for AEW Collision will be Thunder Rosa, Miro, Powerhouse Hobbs, FTR, Orange Cassidy, etc., which are good because Andrade, Miro, and Thunder Rosa haven't really been shown that much in AEW. Now they got this whole new show to expand and to grow and, you know, to get their spotlight, which they haven't in the past fuck knows how long. Oh yeah, another thing with the brand split point is apparently Tony Khan will have some exceptions to the brand split. And in my opinion, the only exception to the brand split should be the champions. Because where WWE has failed, it's that there's not really, there's too much titles. And because of that, the champions being on specific brands are kind of confusing. With AEW, you can have the AEW World Champion fight anyone, which helps improve the belt, instead of giving Dynamite their specific belt and give Collision their specific belt. Same goes with the International Champion. He should face everybody: TNT, Women's, TBS, Tag Team, fucking Ring of Honor, all that shit. They should be able to face anybody. The champions, whoever they may be, should be able to go to specific brands. And then after they lose their belt, then they should get drafted to a specific show. That's how I feel. Um, Next, I want to talk about AEW Collision being on Saturdays. And this is sort of my main criticism towards this decision because, and I see a lot of people criticize AEW for this too, is that it's on Saturdays. I want to say, I think it's 8 to 10 on Saturdays. And to me, I think this is a bad decision. The reason for this being, um, a lot of sports always have their games on Saturdays, which could help their viewership. Um, and especially a WWE pay per view. Let's say for example, WrestleMania Night 1 is on the same day as Collision. Do you really expect Collision to try to compete with a pay per view happening the same day? They would literally have to move it to a different day of the week like they always used to do with Rampage, whether it's a different day, whether it's a different time, etc. Which is why, and I think JoJo made a good point in our chat for the AEW Dynamite watch along last night. He said that Collision really should have been on Tuesdays. Um, and I don't know whether or not I agree with that, but I think you should have had Collision still be on Saturdays, but have it on 6 to 8. Why? Because number one, it's early, and number two, let's say there is a pay per view or a sports game or etc. You know, people would still watch your product. You still have a good chance of people watching your product because it would be earlier. It would be 6 to 8. And I know there's not really any such thing as a wrestling show being that fucking early, but if you can't handle that, then yeah, maybe just put it on a Thursday, a Tuesday, or something like that. I don't think there's any shame doing that. Um, the obvious other main criticism is the fact that Collision sort of looks like the WCW logo, but that's neither here nor there. Um, I just hope that Collision actually has stories and actually has feuds that matter, and it's not a B show. It's not a fucking show where it's just like, hey, watch this fucking big guy on Dynamite. Watch John Moxley fight this nobody from the fucking indies, like Rampage has really become, where it's nothing more than a bunch of promos and jobber matches. Like that's why I don't watch Rampage. That's why I don't cover Rampage here on the channel. Is because it's filled with meaningless, nothing fucking matches, which sucks. Because I like nowadays, like since I'm more in AEW, I want it to do well, and I hope that Collision actually has stories and rivalries and matches that matter, kind of like what Dynamite is doing right now. Have a bunch of banger matches and have a bunch of feuds that matter, especially if you are having a brand split in your own specific rosters. You should do that. And finally, CM Punk, the man that everyone won't shut the fuck up about, and it seems like CM Punk has had enough with it too. Everyone's saying, oh no, Punk's not gonna be on it, Punk will be on it, all that fucking bullshit. What do I think about it? Punk is fucking coming back, and you are delusional if you think otherwise. As unfortunate as it is, and as much as I've shit on CM Punk repeatedly in the past, you can't deny he brings in ratings, he brings in money. And if AW and Warner Brothers and all these motherfuckers want Collision to do well, they need to bring in CM Punk by any means fucking necessary. And he has money. There's no denying that. So I do believe CM Punk will be back. Oh, but Warner Brothers said that CM Punk's not involved in the Collision project. Yeah, they have to say that. Because do you really expect them to announce CM Punk in advance and ruin what could be the biggest pop of the year? The most talked about wrestling moment of the year? No, they wouldn't do that. No legitimate business would ruin a surprise like that. So, yeah, they kind of have to say, oh, CM Punk won't be in it. So that way they can try to um, fool people into believing, well, fuck, CM Punk's not going to be in this, um, and blah, blah, blah. So what would I have Punk do if he comes back? Well, apparently there's rumors that Samoa Joe is going to be his first opponent, which I think is great. You could have CM Punk versus Samoa Joe at Forbidden Door, which would be good. Just give him like a couple promos and a decent feud. maybe have it go all the way to All In, even though if you ask me, I think All In should be where the Punk and Jericho feud should be. Get that in a big stadium show, but then again, I could be wrong. Um, I just don't want Punk to go for the AEW World Title again. No, 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 no. Don't have Punk go for that fucking belt again. I think he's at the stage of his career now where he should just be fighting the young guys, and where he should just be having the good rivalries like he did with MJF and Eddie Kingston. You don't need a fucking belt for that. But yeah. Speaking of, I really hope Collision focuses on those guys that aren't focused, like an Eddie Kingston, and like all these other guys. Um, so hopefully that happens. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a video of my thoughts on AEW Collision and what I really expect from it, or what we could expect from it. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you like these type of videos, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe, be sure to turn post notifications on. We are on the road to 500 subscribers. So be sure to be a friend, tell a friend, and just absolutely tell everyone about this channel so we can get to 500 by let's say by Forbidden Door. I think that's definitely possible. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. And yeah, that's about it. This has been your boy Willie Does Wrestling. I'll see you in the next video. Be good people, and peace.